This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, good Monday morning to everyone. I don't want to start off on a morbid note, but you guys, if you listen to me at all, you know I don't give a damn. You know, I'm going to say what I want, what I feel, because I'm an American. You guys got every right to do the same. Sometimes we just hold it in. And see, I don't ever hold it in. A guy said, Romanik, you're going to die of a heart attack. I said, are you nuts? Because when I get pissed, when I get some feeling, I get them out. I don't hold them son of a bitches in. I don't want anybody else to hold their feelings in. That's what's wrong with this great country. We're all so disgusted with what's going on, but we hold in that feeling of ours. To hell with holding in that feeling. Be a proud American. Express your opinion. You heard what I said. We're the guardian of the First Amendment. These rotten bastard political punks, these parasitical punks we call politicians, they give us their opinion every day. But when we do, they want to step on us. They want to chastise us. They want to hurt us. And what I say to you few and far between rotten bastards, there's a lot more of us people than there are you scumbags. And I think people listening to me, and not just me, I think people have been tired for the last 5, 10, 15, I think for the last 30 years. But just recently, with my help, I hope, they understand. I have guys call me all the time, Romanik, I never knew anything about the underbelly of politics till I started listening to you. And I thanked them. I said, thanks for listening. But I said, it's not me, it's the message. And the message is, we can't sit here and take this crap anymore. We can't be politically correct. I've never been politically correct. I've always been politically incorrect, but you've heard me, I'm politically insane now. And I'm going to remain that way. And I want to say, Saturday, I went to my good friend, Denny Weisbrot's mother's funeral. Beautiful lady, died at 84. Actually, anymore, that's a little young with all of the health improvements we've had in the last 20, 30 years. But, and I'll say this with all due respect. I cried. I knew the lady, a beautiful lady. But when I left that funeral home, I got inspired because, see, Norma can't be another day to fight. Norma can't be another day to fight. Bob Romanik has another day. You hear me right now. You have another day to fight. We all have another day to fight. The less fortunate that have passed on, they can't fight no more. They can't fight no more, people. We got to fight for them. Sit there and think about it. You may be dead tomorrow. I may be dead today if I keep my mouth running, but hey, that's just the way it is, you know? I'm not going to let these rotten bastards, politicians, threaten me? I've been threatened every day. Watch out, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I say come and do it. Life's too short. Life's too short. I say come and do it, you rotten bastards. But to the good people out there, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Life is short. We're only in this game for a short time. Let's make a difference. And, you know, we're going to make mistakes. You hear that promo. I've said it before. Abe Lincoln lost the business, lost for Congress, lost for vice president. But he was persistent. He knew he can make a difference. And guess what? The man made a difference. He became president of the United States and helped with our slavery issue. He made a difference. He got knocked down. I've been knocked down so many times, I wish I had $1 for every time I've been knocked down. I'd be a rich son of a bitch. Same way with you good people. You've been knocked down before, and you got back up. But remember, every time you see a funeral procession, that person doesn't have another chance. He doesn't have another chance to make a difference. I've got another chance to make a difference. You've got another chance to make a difference. I'm going to play a little clip from this song, and it's about me. But guess what? It's about you. And it's about everybody else that's going to grab that torch from these rotten bastards that we call politicians, not just in St. Clair County, but all throughout this country. This song's about all of us that grab that torch and say, we're tired, we're not going to take it anymore.
Ain't scared to ride this train, make a few marks, leave a few stains. Might slam just a little too hard, might take it just a little too far. Might burn out like a firework, like a shooting star across the sky. Yeah, we may not be around in 20 years, but they sure gonna know we were here. Yeah, they sure gonna know we were here.
Yeah, you're right. And you rotten bastards, you're going to know that I was here. You're sure going to know that I was here, and you're sure going to know the good people listening to me are here. You understand that, people? We may not be around in 20 years, may not be around tomorrow, but they're sure going to know we were here. That's the mark we can make. We can leave a legacy for our families. Maybe you can't leave $10 million to a school or to the animal shelter. Hope you can. But we can make a difference if we're not around in 20 years, but we fight until the day our last breath. Don't say we're not going to make a difference. We're going to make a hell of a difference. And I don't want to hear this crap. I'm only one person. Look at me. I'm one ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. I'm Barra Civic and the guys in Belleville, I'll say, and a friendly felon. I want to get that out for the millionth time before they do. But I'll tell you what, you rotten bastards. I may not be around in 20 years. I may not be around in 20 minutes. But you know I was here, don't you? You know I was here. You won't forget the fight that I fought against you rotten bastards. And people, you guys are just like, well, I hope you're not all just like me, but you're somewhat like me. We're just individuals, flawed individuals, trying to make a difference, trying to do something for our country, for our family, for our community. That's what we're all here for. We don't have to have a title. Don't have to be mayor. Don't have to be county board chairman. Don't have to be anything but who you are. Don't have to be anything but Bob Romanik, but Joe Blow, Sam Smith. That should be what you're proud of, not the title in front of that great name of you and your family. Be proud of that name. Joe Smith, Bill Reynolds, Bob Romanik, and all of you. I'm proud of that name. Don't have to be state representative. Don't have to be president. I'm somebody. You guys are somebody. And you rotten bastard politicians are somebody. You're no good, rotten pieces of crap. I got up this morning and I said, once again, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not. And then I have people say, and I'm tired of this. I'm about ready to tell them to take this run for state representative and shove it up their ass. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change what I do. I might become a hypocrite. And let me tell you, I may lose a vote. I may lose the election. I'm not going to lose my integrity, and I'm definitely not going to lose my manhood. So all you people out there, I'm running for state rep. Don't like me, you don't have to. Don't vote for me. Don't hold it against everybody else that's on the ticket. We're running on the Republican ticket. I'm part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and you've heard all the promos. We're trying to unite Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white. We don't care what religion you are. We don't care what political persuasion you are. We don't care from what ethnic group you come from. We don't care what gender you are. We all want to unite to destroy this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. Got some Republican people that say we can't be part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition because they've got some Democrats involved. And I say to the proud Republicans, not disrespectfully, but honestly, I say, you can't win. The Republicans have never won in St. Clair County. They won a spot here, a spot there. We have to be all inclusive. We have to include everyone. We have to include the Democrats, the Republicans, the independents, the libertarians, the socialists. We're not all in agreement of political philosophies. The only thing we need to be in agreement is we need to get rid of this culture of corruption. But we've got some Republican people who are mad because the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is trying to unite everybody. Now, a few of the Republicans just want to unite the Republicans. Well, if there's only 8 Republicans in an area, hypothetically, of course, and you need 16, if you need twice as many to complete a task successfully, and you get 8 Democrats that come and say, hey, I know you need 8 more people to build that house before the winter so you and your Republican family can live in that house, live comfortably in that house. Do you want the help of us 8 Democrats? What are the 8 Republicans going to say? No, because you're Democrats? Hell no, they're not. They're going to say, come on board because we need your help to build this house. And I say that to everybody in St. Clair County. We don't just need Republicans. We need the Democrats that have been knocked away from the party. We need the Democrats who are true Democratic people who are tired of these thugs that have commandeered and taken over the Democratic Party the last 20, 30 years. And you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of you good Democrats been around forever. You're not part of the Democratic organization anymore. Hell no, you're not. Because these thugs, the Barra-Civics, the Spragues, the Kerns, these bastards have run you off. They've run you out of the Democratic Party. And that's what we have to do. We have to start fresh. Now, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's mentality is getting everybody together to destroy this culture of corruption. It's an alliance. It's not a one total inclusive organization. It's an inclusive alliance. We're going to be aligned to get rid of this culture of corruption in 2016. And then we can go our separate ways. Hell, we may be against each other in 2018. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. But we all know what's happened in the past. And it's been devastation, political devastation by these rotten, no-count, lousy bastards that we call the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee. And you good Democrats know that. You Republicans know all about it. You don't get a fair shake at the courthouse. You don't get a fair shake at the assessor's office. You don't get a fair shake at the Board of Review for your taxes. You don't get a fair shake to try to get a job. Why? I want to know. And I will fight however I can fight to make sure that St. Clair County advertises for every job. You good people, both Democrats, Republicans, if you're not in that little small mob, that little culture of corruption club, you're not going to get a good job. Now, you may get a job at the courthouse making $25,000 a year, making $400 or $500 a week, because their family, the politicians' families, They're too good. They're too important to work a $25,000, $30,000 a year job. Are you crazy? Somebody has to work it, so they'll give it to you and act like they've done something for you. No, you've done something for them. You've come to work to help the people of St. Clair County for no more than minimum wage. And it's a shame, people. We got to start thinking out of the box. So I tell all the good Republicans that got their panties in a little uproar, let's work together. Let's work together as one. Let's get Democrats. And I've had a Republican yesterday tell someone, not me, but someone, a leader of the Republican Party, one of the leaders, I won't pinpoint the person. Now I won't, but I probably will in the very near future. We don't want to support them if they're not Republicans. Then I say to that, then I don't want to be part of the Republican Party because we want to vote the person. You've heard it for 2 years on our promos. We want to vote the person, not the party. And I'm a lot of things. I'm a no-good, rotten son of a bitch. Embarrassed civic, Sprague Kern, I'm a felon. But I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to lose my manhood. I'm not going to sell out. I'm not going to become what we hate, and especially what I hate, these big shot rotten bastards. I've made a few dollars in my time. But that doesn't make me a man. What's inside my gut, what's inside my heart makes me the man. What I do, the actions I do makes me a man. These rotten bastards think because they have money, because Kern's got millions of dollars that his daddy give to him, that he's somebody. He is somebody. He's a piece of crap. In the scheme of things, that's what he is. He's a low-life piece of crap. Bearer Civic, and we're going to talk about that son of a bitch in the lawsuit that's being filed as we speak right now. We'll talk about the lawsuit that they're trying to circumvent our great Illinois state constitution. We're going to talk about that after the break. But people, do you understand me? We may not be around in 20 years, 20 months, 20 days, or 20 minutes. But they're going to know we were here. You don't have to be part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Just stand up for what you believe in. But I still think in November, on November the 8th of 2016, I think if we all come out and vote, all the Democrats, I'm inviting all the Democrats to come out and vote. I'm on the Republican ticket. I'm inviting all the Republicans, all the independents to come out to vote. Because I think people are smart enough not to vote party lines. Now I'm going to get hell. They're going to say, you're on the Republican ticket? And you're not saying vote for all Republicans? Listen, people, this is Bob Romanik, not anybody else on the Republican ticket. This is Bob Romanik. And I ask you, and I hope that you do, research all the candidates. Go in election day and vote for you hear me, the person, not the party. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'll lose a vote before I'm going to lose my manhood. That's what the Freedom Coalition is all about. It's about me. It's about you. It's about being free. Free to make a choice. And if they tell you got to vote straight Democrat, that's not a choice. That's a demand. That's an order. If they tell you they got to vote straight Republican, that's not a choice. That's also a demand. That's an order. And I don't like to take orders, especially from son of a bitches that don't put any money in my pocket, meaning my bosses. And I'm sure you good people feel the same way. But I just hope at some point that I've motivated you people. You don't have to like me, dislike. If I can motivate you and you dislike me, or if you can like me and I didn't motivate you, please be motivated and dislike me. Because disliking me means nothing to the concept of what we're trying to do. Doing something means all to this concept, to get up off our asses. And at one point in time, years back, I sat on my ass. I watched it go. And I said, well, I can't do nothing about it. But the last 6-7 years, I said, maybe I can't, but we can. I can't build that house by myself. But if I can convince enough people that it's the right thing to do, they're not here to help Bob Romanik build that house. They come to help Bob Romanik build that house for our country, for our community, for our city. It's building a house that we all can prosper in, that all of us can take care of our families in, that all of us can be proud to say we built. Isn't it something? You build something, a house you do with your son. You build a race car, a soapbox derby. Aren't you proud when you see it go down the street? Aren't you proud when you see it in the race? Well, we can be proud to see what we build, not just in St. Clair County, for all you good people on the Missouri side of the river, for Madison County, Illinois, Clinton, Washington, Monroe, every county that listens to us. And we're spread out long and far. We play to about 4.5 million potential listeners. Now, I'm like Trump. We got a huge show. We only probably only 4 million listen, so, 500,000 are idiots. And I'm being facetious, of course. But you people, do you understand? It's not about Bob Romanik. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about America. So let's don't be single-minded. Let's don't think we can't make a difference, because we can. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition has made a difference. Barra Civic, that rotten bastard, has recognized the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, which means we've arrived. They've recognized the Republican Party. They know we're smart enough that they can't divide and conquer. We've taken the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition with Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white, and we've united with the Republican Party. And there's a new group down in East St. Louis. They're Democrats. They're true Democrats. They're the New Vision Democrats. And their motto is a new vision for a better tomorrow. And that's great. Robert Eastern, Oliver Hamilton. These guys have broke away from the culture of corruption in East St. Louis. Now you people, the good people of East St. Louis, you have some place to go. Their new headquarters is at 22nd and State Street in East St. Louis. They broke away from Lonzo Greenwood, from Charlie Powell, from Alvin Parks, and from the big boys. They broke away from Kern and Sprague in Barra Civic, because these guys have seen the light. They see there has to be a new vision for East St. Louis. There has to be a new vision for a better tomorrow for the proud community of East St. Louis. They put a hell of a nice organization together. They're fighting the culture of corruption in East St. Louis that permeates and smells all the way to the St. Clair County Courthouse in Belleville. And I want to salute Robert Eastern and Oliver Hamilton as East St. Louis Township Supervisor. These two proud black men have had the guts to step up to the plate and say, guys, we were part of your team at one time, but we're leaving too many of the good people of East St. Louis out. We're not recognizing the needs of the proud black community of East St. Louis. So we're going in a new direction, thus the New Vision Democrats. And they're going to be a major player in the 2016 election. Do you understand, people? Everybody that's been screwed, blued, and tattooed, that's an old term, by these rotten bastard politicians in St. Clair County, the same Democratic politicians that have been promising us things for 30, 40 years. And the promise is one thing, but we keep putting them in office, and that just shows how stupid. They sit there and laugh at us, people. They sit there and laugh at us. Because what we don't do, not what we do, they're not laughing about, oh, look what he did. They're laughing at us for what we didn't do. We've got some callers. Let's go ahead before we take a break. Let's go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob, this is Bill the Junk Man calling on freedom. And
yes, sir.
I call you every day on the radio. And the question I have, and of course no one will ever answer, is if we are free people, why do we have a tracking number, which is our Social Security number? You know, Hitler had a number, but he tattooed them on. And if slavery is illegal, why is our government keeping us in slavery along with the Federal Reserve if we're free people?
You know, Bill, I agree with you, Bill, but here's the problem. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. We have to take back our local government. We have to get our local government in the right direction before we can get our federal government in the right direction. Do you agree or not?
I do agree with that. We have to take our legal status as a sovereign person back. Besides, God gave us our sovereignty, not the politician.
Yep. Bill, I agree with you. Thanks for the call. We're up against a hard break. We're going to take a break. We've got some more callers. Hold on. We're going to come back. I got to get my community service out of the way. We're going to talk about Bear Civic, and we'll do all that right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I don't know if today we're going to get to our community service. We may have to do that every other day with the election coming up, or go to 2 hours, and I don't know if my listeners can stand. They can barely stand me for an hour. I don't know if they can stand me for 2, but yesterday I met 2 great guys, Rick, and I hope I get it right, Rick Petralkovich, and Randy Randy Brigman. I met those 2 gentlemen up at Wood River Bakery yesterday. Nice guys, listen to the show all the time. Also met Joe Brown, and he says his dear mother, 90-year-old Mary Brown, and Mary, we want to wish you the best, honey. His dear mother, Mary, 90 years old, she listens to the show, and thank you very much. I want to say hi to all those good people. And I was coming through Oakville yesterday afternoon, and I ran into Gene and Crystal Donahoe. Gene works at Kuna Foods in Dupo. They live in Oakville, so I want to say hi to you guys. And there's a lot of other names, and I apologize, but I'd be all day, all the show, listening to people I talk to. But that's just a few I wanted to acknowledge today. And we don't want to, I don't have the time, so we won't even get into that. With me in just a little bit is Mr. Steve Denari. He's the executive director of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. He does all the research. He's a political guru, the political consultant, and he'll be with us to explain a little bit about the election. I want to say, as we speak, and callers, hold on, I'm going to try to get to you. As we speak, and I've got it in my hands, Dallas Cook, I want to salute you, Mr. Dallas Cook, for all your tenacity and being one hell of a man. There is a suit being filed in Sangamon County, not St. Clair County, of course, because we'd get screwed, blued, and tattooed again. Dallas Cook versus the Illinois State Board of Elections, and John Red on the Noodle, Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle, like a pecker on a poodle. These guys didn't think we'd fight them son of a bitches. They thought they were going to circumvent the Constitution and get on the ballot. Well, you guys may get on the ballot because of your political crap, but it won't be because Dallas Cook, Bob Romanik, the hardworking people of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition didn't fight against it. There's been a petition for judicial review on Dallas Cook's objections for nomination papers for the, and it says honorable. I don't know where the hell they come up with that. The Honorable John Barasivic, you piece of crap. I say, Chief Judge, piece of crap, John Barasivic. Honorable is for someone who is honorable. And Barasivic, you're far from being honorable. Anyway, the suit is being filed in Circuit Court in Springfield in Sangamon County. And it's going to be amazing. It says, although Bear Civic, Hayden, and Lachine are current sitting circuit judges who resigned, their resignation will not take effect till 2016 of November, and they have stipulated they're not seeking election by retention. You know, they're running for each other's office, but it makes no difference. They're circuit court vacancies. That's what they are, but they thought they were going to be slick, as you people know. And as time comes, you'll find out how egregious this act is by John Barasivic, Bob Hayda, and Robert Lachine. It said the judges seeking retention shall submit to the electors separately and without party designation. See, they want party designation because they know they can't get 60%. This piece of crap Barasivic thinks we're idiots. Oh, I'm running so I can talk about things. Well, Barasivic, let me tell you what, I got a JIB complaint, a Judicial Inquiry Board complaint, another one going up to Springfield as we speak. He talked about me, and I don't give a damn. I talk about myself. But he was a sitting judge. He cannot do that. That's ethically wrong. He talked about me, how bad he hated Republicans. Do you think a Republican in St. Clair County can ever get a fair shake? After John Barasivic, we all knew it before, but he just spit it out because, you know, when John Barasivic gets mad, he looks like a thermometer. Pop! That red goes up to his head. That's why they call him red on the noodle, like a little pecker on the poodle, and I'm sure he's red on the noodle. I'm sure the little pecker probably designates him also. But this no-good son of a bitch talked to a reporter, and I'm asking St. Clair County State's Attorney Brendan Kelly today to indict John Barasivic, the chief judge. The reporter from the Post called Barasivic, now follow me, called him at about 4:45, got him at the courthouse. That means Barasivic's at the courthouse. That means he's still on our time that we're paying for. The reporter called him on the county phone. So Barasivic's at the courthouse, in the office that we pay for, the taxpayers, us hardworking taxpayers. He's on the phone that we, the taxpayers, the hardworking taxpayers, pay for. He's in his office, and he's talking politics. He's talking something that's beneficial to him. He's not talking judicial situations or county situations. He's talking politics, and that is official misconduct. You cannot use your office for personal gains. And I don't know what county gains were made by him talking about hating all the Republicans and disliking Bob Romanik on county time, at our county courthouse, in our county office, on our county telephone. That is official misconduct. And I'm asking, we're going to demand that John Barasivic be indicted. I'd be indicted. Hell, they tried to get me for 3.5 years for stepping on Kern's property, allegedly, of course. Found not guilty in 3 minutes. But they won't do anything to the chief judge. The hell they won't. That's what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's about. We're not taking that crap anymore. Barasivic needs to be indicted. In my opinion, he needs to be indicted for official misconduct. And we can prove that he was playing politics for his personal gains on our dime, at our courthouse, on our telephone, during working hours, when he's a judge, and he's going to sit on the bench and spit poison? You can spit poison, Barasivic, but get off that bench. You're disrespecting everybody in the 20th Judicial Circuit. People have found you out. But this lawsuit, it's going to get nasty. It's going to get nasty. See, the Illinois Constitution created two ways to elect judge. The initial election is before they become a judge, or if they're appointed a judge, they have to run for election the next time. So the General Assembly gives them authority to run, get nominating petitions, and run for general election. The second election scheme is a nonpartisan retention for elected judges, for sitting elected judges. In this case, Barasivic has made his desire to remain in office for another term a partisan issue, and it can't be a partisan issue. It's a nonpartisan issue. He's standing behind his political party because he's attempting to win a self-created judicial, in quotes, vacancy by a simple majority rather than running on his own record. That's why they wanted these judges. That's why our legislative leaders in Springfield put that in the Illinois state constitution. They wanted our sitting judges, they wanted them to be held to a higher standard to get 60% of the vote. Barasiewicz, he's a big shot. He's not going to be held to a higher standard. And then this no-good son of a bitch is going to say, I did it because I want people to have a choice. No, they got a choice, Barasiewicz, and the choice would have been not to retain you. So don't think we're stupid. Do something that I feel is illegal, but don't shove it down our throat. Don't shove the chicken crap down our throat and ask us how the chicken salad tastes, because it don't taste good. And then it was a 4-4 tie. They thought they were going to win it 8-0. And a couple of the Democrats, and they voted party lines, of course, like the Democrats always do, they let somebody vote out of proxy. And if you're going to vote a proxy vote, you're supposed to have it certified and notarized. They let somebody vote over the telephone. How egregious is that? But the lawsuit has been filed up in Sangamon County as we speak. And these guys were in for the fight of their life, Barasiewicz. We're going to fight this till the end. This is going to end up in the Illinois State Supreme Court. And I've talked to some constitutional scholars in Chicago and Springfield, and they all tell me that if it makes the state Supreme Court, that they don't believe any justice will vote to keep these guys on the ballot, because these justices at the Supreme Court level are men of integrity. They know what the legislation did when they put it in the 1970 Constitution to run for retention. And they believe that if it gets to the state Supreme Court, and I guarantee you that's where it's going, because we're going to fight it all the way. If it gets to the state Supreme Court, you're going to see these three stooges go down in a ball of flame, political flame, and maybe they're flaming. I don't know. They'll be flaming judges, flaming ex-judges, if you know what I mean. And I kind of think you do. But anyway, lawsuit is being filed as we speak up in Sangamon County. So you judges, and we're fighting for the people of St. Clair County, because it's not right. It's not right what they did. Everybody knows it's not right what they did. And don't forget, hey, red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle. There's another judicial inquiry board complaint going to be filed by me for you sitting on the bench. I don't care if it's spitting poison on me. You come after every Republican in St. Clair County. You're like the Gestapo, you rotten bastard. If you're not a Democrat and you're not for Barasiewicz, you're no good piece of crap. That's what you're telling everybody, Barasiewicz. And that's your opinion. But you don't do it from the bench. You don't do it as a sitting judge in St. Clair County. The chief judge, may I add, in St. Clair County. You come off that bench, you be a boy bitch. You come off that bench. You need to resign right now. And you need to be, in my opinion, you need to be indicted for official misconduct. We can prove that you used our telephone, our courthouse, our office on our time that we were paying you to spit poison at half the people in St. Clair County, because in St. Clair County, it's about 50-50 Democrat and Republicans, and you're going to spit poison, you rotten, no-count, lousy son of a bitch? You can spit poison on me all you want, Barasiewicz. Sometime I deserve it, sometime maybe I don't. But the good people of St. Clair County don't deserve it. There's a lot of good Republican people out there. There's a lot of good Democratic people. And that's why we urge you to join the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Let's quit playing party politics. The hell with party politics. Let's play politics for the people. Let's play people politics instead of party politics. We all benefit when we do that. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Once again, Kern, Barasiewicz, Sprague, it's bi-state voice of freedom, not bisexual voice of freedom, you idiots. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very, not proud to live in St. Clair County, but very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. I just got a call from our good friend, co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, Mayor Carl Officer. And, you know, he's a great funeral home director also. And he just came from Jefferson Barracks. And he said all the honor guard from the Florissant American Legion post, they're the honor guard. And these guys don't get paid. They spend their own time to get there, their own money to get there. They get nothing. But I want to salute the honor guards from the Florissant American Legion post. Carl Officer said they wanted to say hi to me. They all listened. And I want to tell you guys, I want to salute you, not just for your past service, but for your present service to our great country, for you guys. And there's a lot of other honor guards from other American Legions throughout the metro St. Louis area. And I want to salute all you guys. These guys go out to honor their fallen brothers, their fallen sisters. And so I want to salute today, especially the Florissant American Legion post, all the honor guards. And once again, gives me the opportunity to salute every military hero, past, present, and future, for a job well done. With me, Mr. Steve Denari. He's the executive director of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. He takes care of all the busy work. He takes care of all the things that Roger Cook and Carl Officer are too busy not to take care of, and he does a great job, and we appreciate having him on board. Steve Denari. Steve, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bob. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. We talked a little bit, and we don't have a lot of time, but we talked a little bit. And you were telling me about the percentages of Democrats and Republicans in our region and all throughout the country, and it was very interesting. Can you let our listeners know what you were telling me?
Absolutely, Bob. It's there's some polling going on by Pew Research, and what they are looking for is where people identify themselves. Simple question. Are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? Are you independent? And for the first time, the Democratic and Republican parties are really getting the lowest numbers they have on self-identified. We are now up nationally to 42% of people who identify as independent, and they will vote for the person not the party. And
maybe we started a movement here, Steve, but you're telling me 42%, close to 50, are taking the independent moniker, not the Democrat, not the Republican, not a party affiliation. That's amazing.
None of the above is the largest party in America.
And what's the Republican and Democratic split?
It depends on the state, Bob. In Illinois, we have a little higher percentage of Democrats versus Republicans, but they still are overwhelmed by the independents. New Hampshire, for instance, where people do register, it's running right at the national average with a few more Republicans. But what's really important is that people should understand, people running for office and the people who are heading these parties, that the real power is in the people. Whoever organizes that independent group, like we're trying to do with the Freedom Coalition here in St. Clair County, that's the person who will be elected, no doubt.
You know, I looked at the 14, and it's been primarily, they thought, a Democratic county, but it's about 50-50. It's only been perceived as a Democratic county because a lot of the Republicans have become apathetic over the years, and I understand that, but we got to get past that. Sprague and Kern, the power leaders in St. Clair County, only got 37% of the vote for their congressman who lost. They only got about 39% of the vote for their Democratic governor who lost. We got a Republican Board of Review member who won, had to have at least 50.1%. We got a judge. a Republican judge, a great guy, Steve McGlynn, Judge McGlynn. He won by majority. So at this point in time, I think in St. Clair County, a lot of people are feeling that way, and it just shows me two things, that people are starting to vote the person, not the party, and that the Democratic organization in St. Clair County are a bunch of bullies. It's perceived that they're powerful, but when the statistics come out, when the voting results come out, and you only get 37% for your sitting incumbent congressman, that tells me that Sprague and Kern and Barrow City, those guys are losing steam every day.
Every day, Bob. It's going to be only because of the organization that we can bring together all these people and give them an opportunity to vote for that person and really tell them about those people. The word hasn't got out until now.
Yeah. Well, I know you're all around. Roger Cook's out all throughout the county preaching the good of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, as I am, as a proud member, not a leader, but a proud member, Carl Officer. We're all out there talking to people. And I can't believe the response. And I talked to co-chairman Roger Cook, and he feels the same way. These people are tired of these party politics. They do want to vote the person, not the party. I think it's going to be resounding victory if the people that haven't been involved because they become apathetic, if they'll get out and take one more shot, give us one more chance, not as Democrats, not as independents, but as Americans, I think we can change the political setting in St. Clair County, and I think all throughout this state.
Well, one thing to tell you, Bob, is Nevada, as far as I know, is the only jurisdiction that allows people to vote none of the above. On every ballot, they have a none of the above category. We don't have that in the other 49 states. And I think if you just look how many people, yourself, Carl Officer, Roger Cook, signing up on the Republican line, people can't vote none of the above. They have to vote for someone else. You got no competition. Roger's got no competition.
In the primary.
Right. Nobody wanted that line. And so you've offered them that option. And it doesn't matter whether it was R or Green or Libertarian. It is an option for people because you can't vote no. You have to vote yes for someone.
Yeah, that's what I hate when in the Democrats primarily, you can't vote Republican. No, you vote the person. That's what we're saying. We vote the person, not the party. Roger started out. He ran for mayor. He was elected mayor. He's been beat up politically, not because he wasn't the best candidate, because he didn't have the organization. He didn't have the money, and you can't win without some organization and without some money. But Roger's like Abe Lincoln. He's lost a few, but he's coming back. He's resilient. He's coming back, and he got drafted because nobody wanted to step up to the plate. Carl Officer got drafted. I got in because I wanted to make a difference. Nobody wanted to fill these positions, and if we didn't fill them, these Democrats would walk straight in. So we're giving the people a choice, not a Democratic choice, not a Republican choice, but a choice to get rid of the St. Clair County culture of corruption, Steve.
Yeah, and it's like one hand clapping, Bob. If this is the Soviet Union, you're going to have one party, and that party will become corrupt just because there's no balance, there's no choices. So I'm proud to be part of this, and down here for the next year from Chicago to work in the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition.
Well, you know what, Steve? We're lucky to have you. We know what you're about. We know you'll do proper research. And I think the good people of St. Clair County, I think in 2016, it's going to be the perfect storm. It's not going to be a Republican victory. It's not going to be a Democratic loss. It's going to be a victory for the American people of St. Clair County. We're going to fight the fight. We're going to continue to fight the fight. We got to go. We'll see everybody tomorrow unless I get shot going out the door. Pow! This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place. And Kern, Sprague, Bear Civic, I know you guys listen. If you call in tomorrow, I'm going to give you a free membership to the bathhouse over in St. Louis, the community bathhouse. And everybody knows who goes to the community bathhouse. It's kind of strange. They must be discriminatory. You never see a woman walk into the community bathhouse, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. But anyway, people, Let's get together. Let's unite. Not as Democrats, not as Republicans, but as Americans. Let's get rid of this culture of corruption in St. Clair County once and for all. The candidates aren't perfect, but the bastards you got in office are far from perfect. Give someone else the opportunity, but don't wait 40 years to throw our asses out if we don't do what you, our bosses, tell us to do. So let's continue to unite, to expose these rotten, no-good political, parasitical punks that we call politicians. Hey, and if you go to the community bath, Kern, it's a urinal. Don't drink out of the urinal. Do not drink out of the urinal, you idiot. And let's continue. I am nuts. Let's just continue to fight these bastards and destroy them. Politically, of course. No wonder your breath is so bad, Kern. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away.